More on what happened today on Capitol Hill. I'm joined now by Republican Congressman Robert Pittenger of North Carolina. Congressman, do you agree with your colleague? It's schizoid policy, that it's chaos. The president threw a grenade up to Capitol Hill today? Well,
I think the president has inherited a chaotic lack of leadership that has been demonstrated for several decades. And, you know, President Clinton, Mrs. Clinton, President Obama talked about the issues related to illegal immigrants coming in this country, that they've got to address it. Nobody had the courage to do anything about it.
But wait, Congressman, let me stop you right there. Am I correct that in 2013 there was a bipartisan piece of legislation that passed the Senate by a margin of 68 to 32 the president endorsed?
Yes, but
am I correct that the Republicans
did was
wait a
catch
second.
and release.
Am I correct that the Republican Speaker of the House did not allow that to come to a floor vote, despite the fact it had majority votes?
What we do have was a catch and release policy.
But I just want to make sure that we're on the same page about the facts of the matter. In 2013, you agree there was a Senate bipartisan bill that did pass 68-32.
Let's get on the same page of reality.
Wait, no, but I'm just making sure that we agree to the history here. You do agree with that, right?
History is 1997.
No, but I'm asking...
Judge Flores created this whole issue separating families.
No,
and today we have a president who's trying to address the problem. Chris, let's look at the reality of what's happened as a result of open borders and catch and release.
I just want to make sure that
we're on the same... As a result of open borders and catch and release, 15,000 people died in 2016 because of heroin overdose. That is incredible. Those are real people. I had a little girl down the street from our house. She got caught up in all of this. She's a sweet girl, played the violin in concerts.
Believe me, it is an absolute travesty. But can we just, I'm sorry, but that is horrible, and what's happening in opioids is horrible.
We have open borders that have happened to, what's happened to real families.
Okay, let's just establish, you said that no one had the courage to take it on. But I really just want to agree on the facts of the matter so we can enter into the evidence. You do acknowledge that in 2013, there was a bill that passed 68-32 in the Senate. I am not making that up, correct?
Yes. Do you acknowledge that President Obama had a continual policy of catch and release?
But Congressman,
that we have open borders.
We have
individuals who've... There's 250,000 illegal immigrants just in Texas alone,
Congressman,
who were affected that state with 675,000 criminal acts.
Wait a second.
You know, these are real people that are being affected because of the policies of President Obama. We're trying to stop that
Congressman, you keep talking about the policies of President Obama. The President of the United States is Donald Trump.
And that's what we're trying to fix today, sir.
Okay, but what are you trying to fix? You keep saying fix.
Let me
ask this.
Catch and release.
Open borders. Do you think the United States currently has open borders?
Absolutely it has open borders.
Have you ever tried to cross the border, sir?
Yes, sir. I'm from Texas, son.
Yes.
Okay? I know what it's like in Texas.
Let me ask you this, Congressman. What does the Customs and Border Protection say about family apprehensions this year versus last year? Are they up or down?
Well, they're discouraged in coming because they see a president who means business.
Are they up or down?
They are down because
they
see
4%.
A president who means business. But what we've got to do is fix the border. 90% of all the heroin that's coming across into the United States, Chris, comes from Mexico. 15,000 people lost their lives.
That has nothing to do with the children who are currently... The heroin, sir, is not coming from 11-year-old Honduran children who are being taken across the river with their mother.
Chris, I have 10 grandchildren. These kids are precious. I had one of my grandkids, 9-year-old boy, in Washington with me today.
That's wonderful.
Precious child, okay?
That's great. I'm glad he was with you.
Yes, sir. I am too. But those children are a result of families wanting to come to this country.
Correct.
If you come to this country and you cross illegally, then you're responsible to our laws. We're a country that has a rule of law.
You think they should be separated?
No. There's a bad ruling by a judge in 1997.
No, the ruling does not require it. Let me ask you this. You just said rule of law. I want to ask you one last question here. Do you know what the federal penalty, what class of crime it is for first-time illegal entry, which is what 91% of these people are being prosecuted for?
It's a misdemeanor.
It's a misdemeanor. Let me ask you this. Do you know what the federal class of crime it is to materially omit information on your SF-86 is?
I don't have that, but what I do know...
I can tell you,
Chris,
Congressman, is a felony. So can I ask you this? If you believe in the rule of law...
Let me ask you something,
Congressman, if you believe in the rule of law...
Chris,
Congressman?
my daughter was hit
Okay.
by a drunk driver, a Latino who came across from Mexico, came sailing through a red light and hit my daughter. If I hadn't been in a position to buy her a very safe, good car, my daughter would have been seriously hurt or worse. Okay? This was an illegal immigrant who was totally inebriated, who had come across our border. We need to protect and secure our country. Thank God for a president who gets it. Nobody else preceding him had the guts and the courage to jump in where the sharks are. And he knows that you and others are going after him every day because he's in an area that nobody wants to get into. It is not an easy issue to resolve.
It has been taken up. Congressman, okay, Congressman, thank you for that. The history of the fact of the matter is that it was George W. Bush and Barack Obama tried to sign comprehensive immigration reform. I appreciate your time and condolences on your recent primary defeat.
We're going to have it through the leadership of this president.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.